What's going on, YouTube? And yeah, it's been a while, but today's project is trying to get the wiper blades to work. So when I bought the car, the wiper blades don't turn on, and it's actually a pretty common issue on the C5. The motor, I got a replacement right here. Gets water in it, or it gets kind of flooded, and then it shortens out the motor, and your wiper blades don't work. So, well, I'm just gonna do kind of like a cliff note type video. I mean, I'm not gonna do like a super detailed video on how to do it, because there's so many videos out there, but I'll just give you a little rundown on what what I do to get it installed and stuff like that. So let's get started. So the first step is to get the wiper arms removed. As you can see, it's held on. They're held on with a 12mm nut, and you just simply unscrew it. And sometimes it's kind of hard to take off, but you just kind of have to kind of wiggle it gently, and then it'll just pop right off. That one just popped right off. All right, now with the wiper arms removed, then all you gotta do is just take off the cowl piece, and it's just held on by these plastic rivets. So it's pretty easy to remove if you have the right tool, but sometimes these break. So I have I bought a kit that has a bunch of spare plastic rivets of different sizes. So it's no big deal if I break a few, but I try not to. So you just have to be kind of gentle with the plastic rivets, and then this whole piece can come out now. All right, with the cowl piece removed, the motor is right here on the driver's side. And so it just kind of sits right here. And actually, when I bought the car, it didn't even have this cowl piece. I had to source it from a local part out. So I guess the common issue is that a bunch of water will get stuck in here, and there's 3 udders that's supposed to drain the water or whatnot, but those get clogged up. As you can see one right here, I actually cleaned out a few of them, but I think there's a third one I haven't reached yet. So yeah, that probably what happened was that the water filled up and just shorted it out. So this is the whole assembly right here. So I'll probably have to loosen these Torx bolts. And I guess over here, and this whole assembly would have to come out. So we'll get that done, and then we'll see. Okay, well, I got most of the assembly out. I think it's just held on, as you can see, just by the connector. It does take some finessing to get this assembly out. But you have a 10mm bolt right here that you need to take out, and right here, and right here, and then you have 3 T15 Torx bolts that come out right here. And then once you do that, it's just held on by the connector. I'll get that out, but Getting this assembly out, because it's kind of like in the dash. You want to try to get this over this lip first, and then once that pops out, then you can finesse this part out. So yeah, I mean, you just got to be kind of careful, because this glass right here, you don't want to like put too much pressure on it, or rest anything on it, or accidentally hit it with a tool or something like that, because it'll crack the glass. But anyways, yeah, I'll just get this connector unconnected or unplugged or whatever, and I'll be able to take out the assembly. All right, well, I got the connector off. Man, that thing was kind of a pain to take off. So you have to basically press down on this while you're pulling, but it's such a small area to work with. I had to like use my thumbnail and kind of just yank it. But anyways, the assembly was actually just on this pivot thing right here, and it just pops right out. So the whole assembly comes out, and you just have the motor attached to the connector. So it's much easier to take out the connector once you get the assembly on. So this is the old motor. You can see it looks like it got dry rotted, or water got into it or something like that. But this is the area I was talking about. So you got the 3 udders, and then there's a bunch of leaves, spider webs, everything. And I had cleaned these already, and there's a 3rd one right here, but all 3 of them were clogged up. So once these are clogged up, the water just sits there and gunk just builds up, and basically the wiper motor just sits in that. So, but I checked out the connector, and it looks like it does have some moisture. So hopefully the connector itself isn't bad, but I'll replace the motor first and see if that works, hopefully. So let me get this all cleaned up, and then and install the new motor. All right, well, I got this whole area cleaned up pretty good, and all the udders are clean. Vacuum all in there. Let's see. Yeah. I ran into a snag. So the part that I ordered, it turns out it's the wrong motor. It looks the same, but yeah, so this is the old one. And I tried to see if I could just transfer this whole upper piece to here, but this part right here is like welded or screwed, or connected to this piece. So even if I take this bolt off, this piece won't come out unless I try to break it off, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna see if they could send me a different replacement part. All right. I am an idiot. I was digging through the forums, and one of the issues is that maybe it's just the fuse that just needs to be replaced for the wiper arm motor to work again. Because I came across an issue on the forum saying that sometimes if the wiper arm motor gets wet or drowned or whatever, instead of it shorting out, it keeps the wiper blades constantly going, even if you try to turn them off. So the only way you can kill it is if you pull the fuse. Well, I guess it had done that, and the previous owner had pulled the fuse, Because when I checked the fuse box, the fuse for the, let me see, yeah. The fuse for the wiper arm motor is right here, but when I went to check it, it wasn't even there. So I had to pull this spare 25 amp fuse from the main box, and plug it in. And sure enough, let me see. I tested it and it works. So here's just the original motor just plugged in. So it's all cleaned up, it's plugged in. And now, when I turn on the wiper, it works. So, yeah, I bought a new motor for nothing, and it turns out it was the wrong motor anyway. So I'm just gonna return it, get my money back, and just reinstall everything. But it definitely did need to be cleaned up because there was a bunch of debris. The udders were all dirty and everything. So hopefully everything will be fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it all together and test it out. And if it works, it works. Hopefully the motor won't go bad anytime soon, but I parked this in the garage, so I don't think debris will be, will get in it again. So, I mean, we'll see. But I'm just happy that all it was just a missing fuse. So, man, yep, definitely. The forums, the old forums are like a good place to find information because the early 2000s or early 2010s, the forums were pretty busy on all these cars. Basically every car I've ever had that was made in the 90s or early 2000s. So there's definitely good write-ups, DIYs and stuff like that. So yeah. It saved me a lot of, some money. And yeah, to my surprise, it was just a missing fuse. So, but anyways, let me put everything back together, and then I'll test it out, and and see how it goes. All right. Okay, so I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is that the wiper blade is working. The bad news is that, yeah, the driver's side just does not want to work with me. So I'll show you. So I got the passenger side's working, but I had to uninstall the driver's side blade because the motor, this pivot pin right here, it rotates all the way in a circle. I'll show you. So yeah, the passenger side's working. You see, that is just rotating, but for some reason, if I put the driver's side blade, that pin always comes off for some reason. I don't know. I tried many different ways, and I thought the assembly was hitting something, but for some reason the pivot pin just keeps popping off every time I put the driver's side wiper blade on, and I'm checking it's not hitting nothing. So I mean it is moving, but man, I've been messing around with it for like probably like over an hour now. So I think I'm just gonna roll with a passenger side blade for now, and just dig in the forums on what is causing that issue. So yeah, so for now, I'm just gonna roll with one wiper blade, but yeah, so one wiper blade is better than nothing. So, all right, so I fixed it somewhat. I mean, I could still kind of drive in the rain now. So I'm just gonna have to, ask around and see what's going on. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it, put the plastic rivets back in and just call it a day, and just come around to it whenever. But I'm just glad that I got a wiper blade working. So I'm just gonna see what the deal is. But anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support, and I'll try to make some more content for y'all. So thanks again. Thanks for watching.